Star Wars podcast. Remember, good soldiers follow orders.
All right, hello guys. So some of you might have watched my earlier episode on Rebuild the Galaxy episode 1. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I should probably just combine all these episodes into one. So this is all going to be one whole episode, just reviewing the whole season. And yeah, so we're going to get into that. Also, guys, you might notice I am putting some video over this. That is because I was just trying out some new things, trying to see if this is more engaging for the audience. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into it right after this break.
We've got a security breach! There's no sign of them, sir. They're avoiding the choke points.
Yeah, so I mean, I always just really love collaborations between Lego and Star Wars. I mean, it's always kind of well done. Well, not always, but I mean, when it is good, it's good. It's really good. And like I don't know, it's just fun because I'm obviously a Lego fan, and I've been a Lego fan for a while, and it's cool to see my two favorite kind of you know IPs just working together to create some really fun stuff. I mean, obviously it's Disney, so you're gonna always see stuff in there like the stuff with the sequels. They did a bit of stuff with the sequels, not much, not as much as I thought they would, which is kind of good because I feel like the consensus right now, it's hard for me to tell how many people actually like all the new Disney stuff. It's really hard to tell, but yeah. So that was always cool. It's always cool to see that, and then also, before we actually get into like what the show's about, it's always super cool to see new characters forming. There were so many new characters. There were so many new characters in this show. And they were well made. They were really well made. The characters had good established, like they were established. They had character progression. They went through trials and stuff, and it was just really good. And I love how they kept it open ended in case they want to do a second season or something, which is why I think this could possibly lead into a what if series. But we'll talk about that later. And it's just really just a great addition to the Star Wars universe, really, in my opinion. Yeah, no, I think it was really well done. Yeah. All right. So, just kind of getting into really just the bare bones of the show. It's really all in all, like the more you dig into it, uh, like even just like lore wise, it's really amazing. I thought the bounty hunters were like, it's kind of funny because the bounty hunters were like Ewoks and C-3PO, but I thought the ideas were really cool. And I play Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. Definitely hit me up on our Discord if anyone else does, because it's an amazing game. But I just really liked the ship combinations. It was really cool. So obviously, Star Wars X-Wing is basically you've got like a squadron of ships, and you're going at it with someone else. And it was just really cool to kind of see all these ships just combined. I thought that their kind of like almost catchphrase for the show was "There's always another way to build," and I thought that was great. I think it's good catchphrase. I think they did well. Jedi Bob was really well portrayed in the show, all in all, really. Um, and Dark Jar Jar was another cool entry into there. And yeah, Misa going to hurt Yusa, craziest line in Star Wars. Yeah, and then there was a few things I didn't really like. They include like the most random people and act like we should know them. So obviously, a lot of people from the sequels, stuff that I don't actually, well, I have watched, but I don't like regularly watch. So I think that was kind of weird, but I mean, it's not like a serious diss on the show. Like in general, the show is pretty good. Um, the Jedi Council was an amazing addition. I loved the Jedi Council. It was hilarious. It was really good, well thought out. And it's really interesting because if you look at the real storyline, it's almost like parallel to to this like false universe almost. It's kind of it runs along similar lines. This guy comes from humble beginnings, figures out he has powers, and then he meets up with all these friends, and he finds a rebellion, and they go out and try to defeat these guys. Except they almost leave it to where it's like dead ended, obviously, because part four is just kind of they stay in the storyline. There's no way to go back. Um, what's really interesting, Han Solo flies a slave one is kind of interesting, and then Greedo shot his shot first was actually the funniest part ever. Um, Basically, Princess Leia and Greedo are a thing rather than Han Solo and Princess Leia. And Han Solo says, "Well, Greedo shot his shot first," and I was just like, "That's hilarious." But yeah, all in all, they make great jokes. They obviously know Star Wars well. Whoever made this, and then obviously in part four, uh, basically just goes into like a new universe, and it's there's no going back, and I mean it's pretty good, honestly. In my personal opinion, I think this show could really take Star Wars to new heights. I think that this is the opportunity for a what if show. Maybe obviously it's starting out kind of easy. They're kind of slow rolling it out in the Lego side, but I can totally see this kind of turning into a Star Wars what if. Which I think could add some interesting things. I know I've been skeptical of it on the podcast before, and kind of not wanting it, but honestly, I mean, I think it could add more material. And right now, especially after watching that Lego thing, I mean, I think it could be good. I think it'd be really good. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I hope it'll work out and kind of affect Star Wars in a real way, if you know what I'm saying. But who knows? Really, just honestly, I think it was a great show all in all. I think they did really good on it. And yeah, kudos to whoever's out there making this stuff because they did a great job. Great job.